welcome to today's Yoga Bites with Karen. Today's practice is going to be on the floor again. And one of the things that I love about doing these little bits of yoga is that we can bring a little bit of strength, a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of time paying attention to what's going on and bringing ourselves present that will just make a huge difference in our quality of life. So that's what this practice is. This is one of my favorite sequences that I do. It's not a flow per se, so it's less directly coordinating breath with movement, but by all means, please continue to breathe as we move through these poses today. So Annie is here with us today, my corgi. So she may be getting in the way at various points. We'll see. So we're just going to start in a seated position. You can sit cross-legged if that feels more comfortable to you. And we'll just put our hands in our lap, palms up in a very receptive position. And you can close your eyes if you want. And just notice where your body makes contact with the floor. And notice how your spine lifts up out of your hips. And your head sits on top of your spine. And take a moment right now to leave at Jesus' feet anything that is a worry or a concern, and invite him into your movement, into your practice today. Okay. You can open your eyes, and we're going to start on hands and knees. We've done this before. We're doing cat-cow. If this does not feel good to you, then you can stay seated and do the movements from here. So we're going to move on to hands and knees. You can put some padding under your knees if that feels better to you. Spread your fingers wide, wrists under your shoulders, and knees under your hips. And on an inhale, bring your head and your tailbone up towards the ceiling. And on an exhale, press through your hands and round your back up. Inhale up, head and tail. Press on your exhale, round up. Inhale, head and tailbone come up. Exhale, press through your hands and round your back. And then come back to center. And we're going to add a little bit of a stability movement. This is great to build strength in your back and your core. So your navel should be towards your spine during this. So hands and knees in the same position. We're going to keep one hand on the floor and lift the other one up. And just notice how that shifts your weight across your lower body and your other hand. So see if you can stay parallel to the floor, navel in towards your spine. If you want to, you can lift your opposite leg up and back. So your leg's going back, the opposite hand's coming forward. If that's too much, just drop the hand or the leg. Notice your breath and keep breathing. And then drop that back down. We'll go to the other side. So bring the other hand up, thumb up, reach through the fingertips. Navel towards your spine here. Stabilize your back. If you want to try it, you can lift that back leg back. Just parallel. You're not lifting it way up in the air. See if you can bring your shoulders away from your ears and keep breathing. If you want to, you can bring that hand down, leave the leg up, and then drop the knee back. Awesome. We're going to add on to this. If you want to do the same thing that we just did, just do that. Okay, we're going to lift that other arm up, thumb up, opposite leg up. And on an exhale, bring your elbow and your knee in towards the middle. And inhale, bring them back out. Exhale, bring your elbow and knee in. Inhale them out. And one more like that. Exhale in. Inhale out. Awesome. Bring the hand and the knee down. Take a big breath here and let it out. And we'll go to the other side. Again, if this is too much, then just bring one arm up, one leg up as we go through this next sequence. So arm up, leg up, opposite leg. And on your next exhale, bring your elbow and knee in towards each other. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. And then bring them back down onto the floor. If you want to sit back in a child's pose and release your back, you can do that. Bring your hands way out in front of you, or puppy pose with your hips up in the air. This is great for opening up your shoulders and resting. You can always stack your hands on top of each other and bring your forehead down on top of your arms. One more breath here. And then push yourself back up. And now we're going to do a gate pose. That's what it's called. So we're going to put one hand underneath the shoulder again, knee underneath the hip. And then we're going to open up the hip to the top hip up to the side like this. And that back leg is down on the floor. And then bring your other arm up. If this feels like too much, you can just play with this a little bit about opening your hips up. And maybe you put your hand on your waist. Bring your arm up. Just notice how this helps you work with your balance. Now you can bring this bottom foot back behind you and that'll give you a little more stability. You can try that. See if you can see that there. 2 more breaths. Feel that stretch through this side. All right, let's bring this top hand down and the knee down. And I'm going to turn around the other side so you can see me doing this on the other side. So we have one hand, the other hand underneath your shoulder. You can go ahead and turn this back foot out and open up your hips. That's top leg, the foot's on the floor. So you can bring your arm up towards the ceiling. You might like it over your head. I hit the wall. However feels good to you. You can look up towards your hand or straight ahead or down to the floor, whatever feels okay to your neck. And one more deep breath here. All right, let's bring that hand down and the knee down. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to come down onto our belly. So come all the way down. And we're going to start in this position where the elbows are right underneath the shoulders and your hands are straight out in front of you. Bring your shoulders away from your ears and move your hips around so that your pelvis is flat on the floor. And so you might do some neck rolls here to release any tension in your neck. Now, if this feels like this is enough, this back extension is really great for those of us who sit in a C shape a lot during the day. But if you want to try a little bit more strengthening, you can come all the way down, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and just press gently up. Inhale here. Exhale, roll back down. Elbows are in towards your side. Inhale, press through your hands and lift just a little bit. Exhale down. Press down, inhale up, and we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Now, if you feel any discomfort in your lower back, then lower back down or come down a little bit further. 1 more breath. And bring your forehead down and bend your knees, bring your feet up in the air and just windshield wiper those feet side to side. That releases tension in your back. Okay, we're going to do 1 more set that is in your lower body, the back of your body. So you can bring your cheek to your hands or your forehead to the top of your hands, I'm going to prop myself up here a little bit so that you can see me. So your hips are flat on the floor, and you're going to reach back through the toes of one foot, like directly back behind. And as you inhale, you're going to reach back. It's more of a reach than a lift. And then lift the leg. So you want the leg to be straight. And you might feel this in your glutes. Take a breath here. See if you can relax your upper body. And lower it down. And then we'll do the other side. So pressing your hips down into the mat. Reach back through the other toes. And then lift up. You don't have to lift far at all to feel this. You might feel the other leg engage a little bit as you do this. One more breath here. And then slowly lower down. Awesome. Now just bring your forehead on top of your hands. And again, bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet side to side. Okay, let's press up through the hands underneath the shoulders. And we're going to find our way onto our back. This will be the last thing we do. So come all the way to your back, knees bent, knees parallel to each other, feet right underneath the knees, and hands down by your side. So on an inhale, keeping your knees parallel, roll your hips up gently, and exhale, roll your back down on the mat. Inhale, tilt your pelvis and roll up. Exhale, roll down. One more, roll up. And we're just going to stay here. So you're pressing down through your feet. Deep breaths here. This helps open up the front of the body and build strength in the back of the body. One more breath. And then slowly lower your back down on the mat. And then separate your feet about mat width apart and bring your knees together. Bring your hands on top of your belly and just close your eyes. And take a big breath in and out through your mouth. One more like that. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring your feet back in towards each other. You can bring one knee in and the other knee in and just rock gently side to side. Release any tension in your lower back. And you can stay here, lying flat or with your feet on the floor, palms open, and just rest for a few minutes. Notice how you feel. And think of one thing that you're grateful for. I bless you all with shalom and the joy of the Lord. Thank you for joining me for today's Yoga Bites with Karen. I always welcome your feedback or ideas for future videos, so please comment in the comments section below, and I will see you next time.